Hey, it's Post-Production Joe here. Just like to let you know that there's a few audio issues. It's a little peaky, tiny little bit distorted. We had some technical difficulties with this one. But if you can bear with us, they're not bad. There's just a couple of them. We think we fix it for next time, so just enjoy this episode. It's a really good one, actually. And hopefully you'll join us for the next one. Alright, so last session you went back in to the keep, Wolf Glade Keep, in search of something that might be causing all of this unnatural unrest around Greymouth and that area of Abanazia. You venture quite deep into the keep and you find some really disturbing things. You find a room full of disembodied hands that Grungrout decided he was going to get a little frisky with.
Just like the way they feel.
On delving even deeper, you found a room that was full of shadows, living shadows, and what seemed to be a necromancer near an apothecary table. Tia decided that she was going to try and go in and take a look. And on inspection of the apothecary table, she found this was indeed some dark, dark things happening, and decided to engage the necromancer.
Invisibly.
What ensued was a very hard fight in which Froggy nearly fell again.
Okay.
And it took a toll both on all of your physical and emotional requirements. You by the end of this, you were all spent. And I've taken a look at your character sheets. You guys are spent as hell.
Do you want me to send mine? Oh no, we leveled up, didn't we?
Yeah, we leveled up. You all sent me it last session.
Yeah.
And right at the very end, you were investigating what was on this table.
Shit, yeah.
And next to it was a pile of bones that Grungrout managed to ascertain were dragon bones. You took some of these dragon bones, you took some of the other paraphernalia that was around, including, I believe, a note that was on the necromancer, though you haven't opened it yet, and there was a curious trinket on the table that Tyr decided to pick up.
Oh yeah, I just. Oh, sorry.
And then you
I
vanish.
don't remember what happened.
And as she picks it up and concentrates into it and just moves one of the elements of this trinket, she vanishes. And that is where we left off.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Oh no.
Are you casting invisibility again? We've killed the necromancer.
So, Tyr is nowhere to be seen. And I'm sorry to do this right on the entrance of a session, but I need Tyr to go into Whisper.
You guys, I never get to go to Whisper in Andy's
Okay.
campaign.
Please,
I'm always the one who doesn't get whispered at.
please join me in Whisper. So, Tyr, you are transported to a realm only you have seen before. You look around and you see a figure looking up at a monstrosity. A huge dragon-like machine is glaring down at you. The gears and machinery whirring silently as it opens its mouth and bares its teeth. Just as
The
it rears
machine
back,
does.
yes, the machine dragon. Just as it rears back and shows you with a shimmer, it showers you with a shimmering magical breath. You hold out your hands and instinctually create a magical barrier that shields you. This magic is far beyond your ability to cast, and you feel like the life force is draining from you trying to maintain this barrier. Roll a perception check for me, please.
Sorry, Joe, I'm just writing this down. This is very exciting. So there's a figure looking up at a mechanical dragon baring its teeth, showers with a magical breath, and I do like a force field thing. But I'm too weak. I'm too weak. Wow.
Please make a perception check.
Oh. What am I gonna tell the guys? I went out into the other chat box and I don't know how I did that.
That's alright. That's alright.
Perception.
Perception.
14.
The earth around you doesn't... It's so different. Some things do spark a little bit of familiarity, but you just can't quite place it. But this place is so different to anything you've seen normally, and
so I'm getting the idea of in like a different realm sort of thing.
You might make that assumption. I would now like you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. They got good Constitution saving throws.
17. As your hands are outstretched as far as they can go, the magical barrier holding you seems to stand firm against this onslaught of magical shimmering energy that you are being barraged with. What would you like to do?
Oh my god. Have I got the thing with me? The thing I was touching?
It's in one of your hands, yes.
Okay, I'll maybe spin it in the opposite direction to the direction I spun it in before.
So you...
Because I remember picking it up and spinning it. And then just...
So you look at the object in your hand. And you spin it again the opposite direction. You immediately appear in the room with Beaky and Froggy and Grungrout again.
Whoa!
Roll another Constitution saving throw for me before we leave.
Okay.
Before you manage to turn the time turner the other way, you saw... I'll get to that in a minute. You saw a rune that was like this orb of energy around the time turner. And this rune that was just orbiting the time turner. And as you spun it, the rune changed.
Oh, a rune.
A rune, yeah, rune, sorry. Yeah. And as you spun it, the rune changed, and you found yourself back with
Have you got...
Beaky,
Would I be
Froggy,
able to
and
remember what
Grungrout.
it looked like?
It's still in your hand.
The rune thing.
Oh no, yeah, the rune. So, yeah, you'll know what the rune looks like. The rune itself looks like, it looks like a B shape, like in our alphabet, but the B has this cog design on it.
Okay.
And there is no rune on it when you appear back.
Okay.
With that 6 Constitution saving throw, your Constitution lowers by 2 temporarily.
Whoa.
Until your next long rest. The sheer effort it took to maintain that shield and to transport back to this current realm was just so intense. And as a result, your constitution is lowered by 2. Would you like to go back into the other chat? And we're back.
Hola, senor.
Hello.
So after about a minute, maybe 2, you see Tyr just appear back from nowhere, exactly where she stood, but she is looking very, very haggard, and she is looking very startled.
Oh, you okay?
Dear, it's not wise to waste spells when we've just been through this ordeal, and we might need an invisibility to get out. And you look very
Yeah.
tired. What?
Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking.
Don't overstretch yourself.
Yeah, you were completely right. I won't do it again.
Why did you go invisible?
I don't know. I thought I heard something, and but I got scared. But it's all right. I'm okay.
We've just been
Fine.
standing around here chatting for 2 minutes.
I know. Sorry. I just
Could you
thought
not-
I heard something.
Could you not tell that
Oh,
there is no danger?
No,
Strange.
I'm
So
sorry.
It's these
I'm feeling
days.
pretty weak right now.
I've sent you, Sophie, the item description and abilities.
Oh, cool.
If-
Thank you.
and it requires attunement.
Oh. Nice.
Well, in terms of progression,
Yeah,
Yes,
maybe we should all get out of here.
as you've just wasted another spell.
I mean,
Tyr,
I'm feeling somewhat healthy, but
should we
you guys were looking very famished.
barricade this door and maybe take a long rest,
Yeah.
and continue searching, or should we go back and?
I can
Uh,
actually put I have 1 spell left. I can put an alarm on the door so that if someone comes through, we get told.
That's a point. Yeah. How we? If there's more shadows or ghosties, can't they just go through walls or like through tiny little cracks?
Well, if that happens, we'll just fucking run away.
Where we just barricaded the door.
Well,
Maybe we should leave.
I feel like leaving without dealing with this place.
I'm not saying we don't come back. I'm saying we leave now. I nearly died again.
Well, you should probably not do that. None of the rest of us died.
All of you.
Do you think there's other things here?
Beaky, you're the
Probably.
strong silent
Remember-
type. What?
Remember, when we first got here, I sensed 3 humanoids.
What do
I
you
mean,
think should
We
do?
got one of them, I'm assuming, so that means there's 2 more.
There's 2 more that need to be dealt with.
Just not now.
Precisely.
I don't want to die.
We can't allow this dark magic to proceed in this world. So everything a sorcerer should stand against.
Old man, I
Yes.
agree with you, but we should have a rest.
Well, that's what I said. Let's barricade the door. Have a
No, let's not just barricade the door. Let's leave
have a nap.
and then come back.
How long are you? Why do you want to leave necessarily?
Well, in case you didn't notice, I nearly died. I'm not doing the most healthy, and for the most part, none of us really do still. So,
Yes, well, we'll have a nap. And
So you're saying we should pitch a tent outside?
I mean, there was weird shadowy things that could. I mean, I'm assuming a shadow can go through a little crack or something, or a ghost, or like ooh. So what I'm thinking is, we go out the castle, a comfortable distance out of it, set up a little tent, rest up, and then go back in. you know?
I'm with Froggy on this one.
well, that does sound sensible. So,
It's because it is. I'm sorry if I'm losing my cool a little, but I nearly died again from this place.
And
Look.
Maybe we should go.
even though I don't have any stats necessarily in my mind, I feel like I only have a strength of 1 right now.
Yeah, all of you are looking particularly like skinny and like.
I do
Yeah,
feel
I mean-
quite weak.
Yeah. My
If I had to
imaginary
guess, I would say my
Right.
strength is about a 5 out of 20.
My strength's 22 out of 22. I can keep going, but I don't have any spells. I have 1 spell left.
22.
You have a
blimey.
wait, what?
Are we on about hit points? Strength. I'm
So it's key to knowledge, Sophie. To Tia, even your hit points are not 22
probably not.
because of
The old
what
typed it
happened.
wrong.
No, because of
Oh.
what's happened. You need to reduce your constitution by 2.
I've reduced my constitution. So is that?
It should affect your hit points, yes.
Oh, so it's now 20.
Mm-hmm.
Feels bad. So
Okay.
a camp outside this.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's run.
So you decide to leave.
Yeah, we'll retrace our steps.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
All right. So who's going first? Same order as it is now still?
I'll go first because I think I'm the healthiest at the moment.
Froggy
Or at least-
will go first.
I'm
I'll follow.
probably doing better than Beaky, so I could follow.
No.
Okay, but
I'll
We
go
got
last.
Um,
this.
Froggy, make a survival check for me to see if you get out.
see if you get out.
Time to say,
Say goodbye.
Or pot super.
I think my survival's quite good. I'm not
Roll it
proficient.
in Discord, please.
I am.
Okay. Just make sure.
Okay.
15. With that, you're able to retrace your steps carefully through the corridors you've been down, navigating the traps that you've seen, and very, very carefully finding a way through the room of hands, and you get to that entry chamber where you first fought Lord Murath, and the door is open still, and you leave
Go.
with no interruptions, luckily.
Yes. All right. Well, let's walk for like an hour.
An hour?
Well, I'm more careful than I normally am with these sort of things now. I'd say an hour is long enough, wouldn't you say? To like, they might come out. I'm maybe a little worried.
I think an hour's fine, I suppose.
Definitely no more than an hour.
Yeah, no. I
What
just
are
want
we
to be.
doing for an hour?
What's in this hut down here?
Yes, that little hut on the outside.
On the
Mm.
outside,
The second one.
the second one, those are the abandoned farms that you saw when you walked towards the
Like
the city.
chill in a
Maybe we
farm
could set
for a
up
little
base.
while. Be a little more
Um,
protected than out in the open.
And I can use my last second level spell to put an alarm down.
Sounds like an excellent idea.
All right. So you all move towards the outside of Wolf Glade Keep, and you go into that second farmhouse. As you walk into the farmhouse, it's basically very well furnished. You see the pantry shelves are full of food. It's all off and rotting, but it's full of food. It's very well made up. The furniture is not very worn or damaged, but there's a layer of dust over everything. It's almost as if
this is
the
bad.
people who lived here were maybe incinerated or left without even thinking.
I like how that's the two options. They either left without thinking, or they were incinerated.
I didn't really mean incinerated, as in the literal term, I guess. No, I didn't mean that in the literal term, but like
They've like disappeared
killed
in thin air.
instantly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This is
So
all dead
Yeah,
skin.
no.
All
I don't
dust.
think I'm comfortable here either, guys.
so
Okay,
you.
well,
I
what's-
sit down on one of the
Continue.
chairs.
I think it'll be okay here.
This is fine.
All right.
Perfectly comfortable. There's food. Look at all that food.
what spell are you casting, Tyr?
I have a clockwork magic spell called Alarm. I set an alarm against unwanted intrusion. Choose a door, window, or an area within range that is no larger than a 20-foot cube. Until the spell ends, an alarm alerts you whenever a tiny or larger creature touches or enters the warded area. When you cast a spell, you can designate creatures that won't set off the alarm. You can also choose whether the alarm is mental or audible.
All right, 20-foot cube. I would say, where are you gonna put this?
Just describe it to me.
So the farmhouse is probably what we would consider quite a small house.
Mm-hmm.
Think like townhouse size.
About a 20-foot cube.
Probably the main part of the building would be 20 feet, but it's like an L shape, and that L is like an outhouse or like a log house, so that would not be included.
Mm-hmm.
But all of the living spaces would be included in that 20-foot cube.
I guess just the surround.
Put it on the door outside.
Wherever we're gonna sleep. I'm guessing we're gonna go to sleep soon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just put maybe around where we're gonna sleep.
Okay. You cast that, and as you do, the
Also-
mysterious. Go on.
Beaky Froggy, Grungrout, Tyr, and little field mice and house cats.
Can come through.
Yeah.
Okay. So as
But
you,
what if the necromancer can shapeshift into a house cat?
Well,
as
technically
you
it's
cast
cleverer
the
than me.
spell, you all see the strange arcane symbols around Tyr's hands as she moves all the way around the vicinity to cast this alarm spell, and the alarm has been set. So that lasts for 8 hours, and I would say it is early evening.
Sleep time.
I find a more comfortable, maybe armchair or something to sit in and have a nap in it.
You can probably find a comfortable chair next to the fire, which is not on.
Now, is there wood in it?
There's a log house outside.
I get some wood and I cast Firebolt on.
You are making a fire. Okay, no problem. The fire is warm. It's inviting,
Wet?
and it is a welcome. It is a welcome reprise from the really tormenting experience you've just had.
I'm gonna pull out my pipe and have a little smoke.
Mhm.
And just try and forget that I've just nearly died.
Okay.
Think
Anybody else doing anything before they go to sleep?
I'll probably eat a snack.
Have a little
Have a look
snackaroo.
at this
Okay.
little clockwork thing that I picked up. And just kind of examine it.
Do I have to actively choose to attune to something?
Yes.
Is there like an action involved with that, or does it just happen if I choose
Yeah,
to do it?
it's. I believe it's like 30 minutes of concentrating.
Okay, well I'll concentrate on this sorcerer's sword and try and attune to it as well.
Yeah, I'd say that's fine. You do that before you go to sleep.
I'm gonna tinker.
What would you like to tinker with?
I would like to see if I can fix the Dragonstone pistol.
Okay, roll a tinkering check. That will be your dexterity plus your. Are you proficient in tinkering tools? I forget.
I am proficient.
Then add your proficiency modifier as well.
Ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. So it's Dex plus proficiency.
Proficiency. Yeah.
Cool. Ah,
13.
roll.
So
Dig it.
as you look at this weapon, and you see exactly what's wrong with it. You see that the firing mechanism is broken, and you know what you have to do, but just after all of the trauma that you've just sustained and nearly losing Froggy again, and the truly scary encounters with living shadows, you just can't concentrate hard enough to put your time and energy into fixing it.
Right.
Tia, you want to have a look at the trinket, correct? Sophie?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I'd like to take a look at that, please.
She has gone. She's vanished.
AFK. Okay, is there anything you want to do, Froggy, in the meantime?
Rain dance.
You would like to do a rain dance, okay?
I shake my rain stick around and do a little jig.
Mm-hmm. Just roll a D100 for me. 58. Okay.
Yeah.
You do your rain dance, and it is a beautiful rain dance.
Pretty groovy, dude.
It's pretty weird to everybody else still. It's just a frogman dancing around in circles and shaking his stick like Mufasa. Not Mufasa, Rafiki. In The Lion King. And by the end of it, he seems pretty satisfied with it. But nothing else happens.
And other than that, I will. I don't know what I'll do. I'm just suspicious, so I'm just gonna keep like looking out, like, and if there's any windows or like cracks in the door, and being like,
There are windows. There are windows on basically every side of the house, except the front door. It's quite a small farmhouse, so there's no windows on the front door. But so you're just keeping a lookout. Are you gonna sleep or are you gonna?
Oh no, I'll sleep just before we go to sleep. That like little bit of time, I'll just be making sure that this comes across as like, okay, it seems somewhat safe.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do a. You have dark vision, right?
No.
Okay. Do a perception check then with disadvantage, please. It's DIS at the end of it. Space DIS.
Ah, yes.
13. You feel quite confident that nothing is in your immediate vicinity, though it's getting dark and you can't see particularly far. But you can't see anything around you right now.
That's good enough for Froggy.
Tia?
Oh, are you back, Steve? Oh, yeah, cool.
Tia, you'd like to take a look at the trinket?
Yes.
So
I'm not going to spin it. I'm just going to kind of see what I can see on it.
As you sort of just manipulate, just have it in your hand, you realize that it's not like super loose. You need to actually put some pressure and turning it to activate it. So you're able to look at it without, accidentally activating it. And what you have, are you going to sort of concentrate and attune, or are you just taking a look?
Yeah. The first one.
The first one, okay, because there was two options there. So as you attune to this item, you become aware through magical means as a sorcerer that this is something that doesn't belong on this plane of existence. This is a clockwork time tuner. And you get a sense from your previous experiences that this is from somewhere you've seen before. And I've given you the specs.
Yeah, I've
Do you have
added
any
it.
questions about that?
No, not really.
Okay.
Joe,
Mm-hmm.
while I'm rummaging in my pack to bring out this sorcerer's sword,
Mm-hmm.
I may see a certain thing that I had forgotten about. Can I do a memory check to see if I remember what it was and how I got it?
Yeah, do a intelligence check with disadvantage.
Mysterious spoon.
So that is just intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
No, I did that wrong. Sorry. It's been a while since I've... 6.
6. You as you're looking through your pack and you just think, oh, there's the sword.
Do you know what I'm talking about, by the way?
I do.
Yeah.
You see that spherical item that you just ever so briefly think, and then it just goes. And you realize that these flights of memory and fancy come to you, basically on the hour. And you know not to trust them very often because you're never going to find it again, that memory. So you look at it and it doesn't seem...
And then I pull out the sword.
to be anything, and you pull out the sword, yeah.
It was a butt plug, right?
Yes.
Of course.
Grungrout's magical butt plug. It gives him the fly spell, so long as he's coming.
Wow.
Would you like to attune to the sword? Is that what you're getting out?
That's what I was doing, yeah.
Okay. So you attune to the sword, you have the stats for the sword, correct?
Yeah, you sent them to me.
Yeah, I sent them to you. As you do...
Yeah, I have them on my sheet as well, in shorthand. So.
Yeah, as you attune to the sword very briefly just sort of glows a very faint sort of orange and red up the side of the blade, and then it subsides.
Yes, this feels correct. I think I've done that right. And then I have my nap.
Okay, so you've set the alarm spell, and you're all going to sleep after doing the various things that you said you were going to do. Yep.
Oh, hello? I can hear people now.
We've been talking the whole time.
Yeah, my mic decided to go, here now, no listening for you.
So basically, everyone after the evening, everyone's deciding to go to bed, right?
Sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
much.
missed it. Did Beaky manage to tinker with his thing?
He didn't, unfortunately.
He knows what's wrong with it, but he can't fix it right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Okay. So you go to sleep. Just give me 1 second. I must roll. Okay. So as you're sleeping, the night goes without incident. And you wake up in the early morning to a rather unpleasant drizzle. And unpleasant to everybody except Froggy, really.
Rain dance works.
So
You're welcome, everybody.
Just remind me, now that we've had a long rest, have all the strength effects gone away?
Yes. And your constitution effects, Sophie, have also gone away.
Thank you.
The morning, sort of mid-morning, 9 o'clock, it's very dreary outside. Drizzling and just really that thick low cloud. And off in the distance, quite far away, you can struggle even those with keen eyesight will struggle to see, but there is lightning in the distance and thunder.
What lovely weather. Exciting.
The rain hurts my bones.
As you all get up and stretch and look out the window, just making sure that everything is as it was when you left it, you see the town, the keep town of Wolf Glade.
Mm-hmm.
The citadel is missing.
Wait, where?
Whoa, the building's just poofed.
As in the whole thing, or like a central structure to it?
When you look, it's sort of built into the
citadel.
hill.
Yeah, sorry.
And
I see
the castle, the citadel on the top, is no longer there.
And that was the bit we were in the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Froggy, I'm sure very pleased we left now.
well, unfortunately, I guess, yeah, my bad. Didn't expect you to go walkies.
We go and investigate.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I wish I could say this was a risk I thought of when leaving, but nope.
It's quite disturbing this close and powerful play here.
So everybody, just make sure you all get a long rest. Everything resets.
For some reason, my hit points can't change it from having 5, but I'll get there. I'll figure it out.
Okay. Well, you'll get long rests, and are you guys moving towards the keep?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, hang on.
Hmm?
Before we do that,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to do my natural attunement thingamabob. What's it called? My primal awareness.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to spend 10 minutes concentrating
Mm-hmm.
and seeing if there's any humanoids within the area still.
Within the how far is the
range is 5 miles.
The range is 5 miles. I'm just gonna triple check on my map.
That was how I was able to find out there was like 3 humanoids last time. So
Yeah. I'm just gonna double check on
I'm quite the talented people hunter.
on the big map just to make sure.
What do you hunt from? People?
Oh no, it's just I don't hunt people. I've just had quite a bit of experience dealing with them.
Well, I don't mind if you hunt humans.
I don't.
We don't exactly have best history.
So you're
No
looking for
offense,
humanoids?
I'm looking for humanoids.
You sense
not include
no
undead.
humanoids within a 5-mile radius.
Oh well, this is concerning. So guys, I've used my magic powers, and no humanoids now. All gone. Nada.
Should we still investigate the area, or just head back to
I
Uno back in
Tia,
the town?
Mm-hmm.
this wouldn't have anything to do with you vanishing yesterday, would it?
I don't think so. That was just me going invisible.
Be very impressive if you could cast
Okay.
invisibility on an entire castle.
DM,
Mm-hmm.
I have a feature called Trained Eye.
Mm-hmm.
Extensive practice at concealing items has given you an uncanny ability to tell if someone is hiding something. Whether someone is telling the half-truth or actively hiding a dagger in their belt, you can always tell when there is more to a person than meets the eye.
Ooh.
Can I see if Tia is telling the truth?
You sense that Tia is not telling the truth.
Are we gonna go have a look and see what we can see?
Let's go. I'm gonna go take a closer look at the.
Yeah. Let's go.
let's go carefully though. Again, don't fancy dying anytime soon.
Okay. So, are you guys going to enter the keep stealthily?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'd like everybody to
good.
roll a stealth
Stealth
check then.
Stealth check. Stealth check.
Did it.
You're an adult virgin. I nearly added 23 instead of 2 there.
God, it's just trash rolls,
no.
Geeky.
Oh god. Frungroat's the stealthiest, that was all. Hello?
I imagine Frog is just like super hesitant and accidentally knocks it over like a potted
11,
plant or something.
10.
I would ask where the
How
owner
did
of the
Grungrout-
establishment is, but
How did he roll the highest out of all of you?
really it'd be better to ask where the establishment is.
Because I can't roll above a 10.
Yeah, seemingly so. I can't access your character. Oh, there we are. I've got it now. So I'll do that in a
Thank
sec.
you. I don't know why it won't. It'll let me set it to 18, but then it just goes back to 5 again for some reason.
And you just want to change your rolled HP.
Yeah, to put in 18, which I think is what it was.
Okay.
Just scared the shit out of my cat by accident. I went to go and stroke her head and kind of stuck my finger in her ear by accident. And she freaked the fuck out and just looked at me like I'd killed her firstborn. I'm sorry. I love you. I didn't mean to do that.
So all of you walk up to the keep, to Wolf Glade Keep, and the entrance gates are open as they were before. And you walk in, and everything is as it was when you left and when you first entered. Or should I say, not when you first entered, but when you entered the second time, after you defeated Lord Murath. Everything is deathly quiet and deathly still. As you walk around to where the citadel was, you come through the citadel gates that separate the town from the castle. And as you walk through those gates, you see a huge crater.
Oh.
Is there like debris from the citadel, or does it look like something?
Just make a perception check for me, please.
Modian dice rolls. Fucking hell. Perception.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that gone? There we go. 18.
18. You see that there is debris scattered around the area in a pattern that would suggest that the citadel was lifted and then was raised to a great height.
And then dropped, or it's just moved?
Well, have we looked up?
There is no indication that it was dropped.
So that it's like debris that's fallen off after it's been lifted. It's not been like lifted and then there's not enough debris for it to be entirely destroyed.
Dirt and boulders and brick all around the area, sort of spanning further and further outward, and there's just less and less debris as it moves out. As it falls from a higher height, it just
Are we in a
scatters
Rocky
further.
Horror Picture Show right now?
So
does it look like there's a trail, like in the direction that debris has fallen from this?
From here,
castle?
From here, you can't make out which direction, if there is a direction that the citadel went, because there are walls all around you.
Seems like the tower's been lifted from this place.
Did you say, Beaky, you would like to look up?
Beaky is looking up.
Is that what you'd like to do, Beaky?
You see the sky.
You look up and there's water. You get it all in your feathers, in your eyes, and the low cloud does seem to cover any vision. much higher. The floor, the cloud ceiling, is probably only 700 feet off the ground.
I'm really bad with distances. Like, is that really low?
That's quite low.
Cool. Do any of us have fly?
At a 4th level? Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have Misty Step.
Actually, fly is 3rd level.
Yeah, but you might not have... Do you have 3rd level spells at 4th level?
No.
Yeah, I thought so.
I thought you meant fly was 3rd level.
Do any of us have a 700 feet rope?
Wait, so this thing's flying in the sky.
No.
We don't know.
We're
The
assuming it
cloud
is.
cover is suspiciously low.
The Citadel, so as a summary, the Citadel is not there. There is a sort of area of debris that would suggest that it was lifted, and there is low cloud cover, and it's raining.
Oh, Froggy, you did a rain dance, you nonce.
Well, no, I didn't. Sorry, I get very crispy in there.
Do another one.
Yeah, Froggy, can you?
No,
can you
I only
descend?
make-
I shoot the floor next to Froggy's feet and shout, "Dance, monkey, dance!"
No,
Whoa.
Dance, magic dance.
no,
Dance, magic
no.
dance.
I've never done an unrain dance. Why would I?
Sing your rain dance backwards, then.
I
That's
will try and
100%
perform my
logic.
rain dance in reverse.
Roll a performance check for me, please.
Like, try and replicate the sound
With
backwards. while the
disadvantage.
Oh,
Yeah,
Go for this, Mike.
yeah, how would
While that's happening,
Great,
Sophie, I've had a look at your character sheet. What's wrong with it? Because it's showing 22
It's
hit
work
points.
now. I've
Okay,
managed to get it to work, sorry.
No problem, no problem.
Oh, Andy.
8.
I'm not gonna fucking do my restore balance on that. I'm sorry. I feel like that would be a waste of it.
You know.
Oh no, Nat 20 on the reverse rain dance. Do it.
No.
Okay, I'll do it. I mean, I've
What?
got 5 because I get one for every. Yeah. I'm gonna use one, so it's a 20, Joe. Deal with it.
It's a 20. It's a 20. Okay, so roll a D100, please.
Do, 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 do. Oh my god, if this works.
Come on. Oh.
Is that good or no?
No, it's
No.
bad.
Oh,
It's
that's
bad.
I'm
So-
pretty sure the way it'll be working is I need to get my level on.
So yeah, as you start dancing, you do that jig, and you're concentrating so hard to do it backwards, and you're not doing it very well, but just with a little wave of the hand from Tia, it just clicks, and everything goes exactly the way you think it needs to go, and you do it backwards perfectly.
Yes.
So,
I see. I did
It
it.
has no effect.
it has
See,
no seemingly it has no effect.
Guys, I told you, I don't do anti. Like, the mother toad doesn't want no rain. What frog wants no rain?
This
None I
frog.
know. You're not a frog. No, I want rain. It's been really dry recently.
Suppose the farm might grow back now.
I didn't think about that, honestly, but yeah, if I'm helping other folks.
Do you
So-
think
Oh, sorry, Sophie. Sorry.
think it's worth looking around the other buildings at all?
Can I cast mending on the castle?
There's nothing to mend. It's not broken. It's not.
There's a little
there.
bit of debris.
Would you like to cast mending on the debris?
No, I don't want to cast mending on the debris.
Okay. I had a funny for that one. So
Okay, well, for your funny, I'll cast mending on the debris.
the debris shoots
on.
off into the distance.
Oh,
And
which way?
It just immediately it shoots off very fast, but only gets about a foot before it just dies and flops on the floor.
Did it fly in a direction?
I mean, it did, but you wouldn't. I mean, it went like a foot. It'd be hard to ascertain a direction.
Could I cast it again as a cantrip on different bits of debris? I want to see if it consistently goes in the same direction.
Okay, yes, you can, yeah.
Okay, I cast it on a few bits.
They all go consistently in, one moment. I have to consult the map. They all go consistently in a eastern direction, but due to the fact that all of them are moving almost parallel, there's no finesse to their movements, the debris movements. Nothing. You can't really ascertain any more than that.
It will seem from the casting of this mending spell that these bits of debris are trying to find the main structure from which they should be repaired, but the spell is low level, and it's not powerful enough to actually trace, but from these small experiments, it would seem that it's traveled in an easterly direction.
Froggy, with your passive perception, you would notice that in the rubble beneath the surface of sort of where the crater, there are caverns, there are stairs.
Ooh.
Sort of earthen caverns and tunnels that ran what you believe beneath the citadel.
Hey guys, you could have a look in here.
Down there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going to be there because there's no of the spooky guys with the ghosts. There might be ghosts down there or not. I don't know. There's no humanoid.
I love how scared all you guys are.
What exactly was it that the guy wanted us to do? Go and find out what was causing the farms to be dead, right?
It might be in here. Wait, didn't someone have a note from the necromancer guy?
Yeah.
So I actually want to read that.
Yeah, maybe it's a good idea.
I have a spell book of
Oh, we get carried away.
spells.
You know, so someone go read that.
So the note that the necromancer, who has that? Who picked that up?
I think it might, yeah.
I was dead.
Picked up the what? Sorry.
I picked up a spell book. I don't have a note.
I'm sure one of you picked up a note.
I'm assuming one of us would have picked it up.
He had
Let's say
dragon bones, and we all picked up as many dragon bones as we could.
Mm-hmm.
Some gold, a book open on a page about black dragons.
That's what I've got.
I found a spinning hourglass thing, which I picked up.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have written down. So someone else picked up the note.
Maybe you didn't pick up the note.
Maybe you didn't tell us there was a note.
I don't know, man. I mean, maybe I didn't.
I'm pretty sure we looted him for everything he had because of the that left on him.
Yeah, okay. Then we'll assume you had the note, because it is in my notes, so...
Oh, I've just, inside this necromancy book that I picked up, they were using a note as a bookmark. Let's read it.
What a save.
That, you open the note, and as you open the note, you see paragraphs of writing that just fall away as you look at it. And the pages fall away, and the page is blank.
Did we read it? Who read it?
No. It looked, before it fell away, it looked like absolute gibberish.
Oh, wait. I do remember you mentioning the note. It was in the same writing as the note that we had of those guys that fell out of the ship, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think we already read the note, and this happened before last week. Which is why none of us have the note in our inventory.
Well remembered.
That's a bust.
Do you open the Do you try and read the book of spellbook?
Yeah, I'm gonna open it on the Black Dragon page and have a look what they were.
Do an intelligence saving throw, please.
Saving throw.
Yeah, please.
Oh. Oh. 16.
16. You open the book, and just as you sort of glance over that page of... the page you had open was a picture and then some necromantic spells. You start reading these runes, and they make sense to you as an academic, or a previous academic. But you feel a pressure in the back of your mind that starts to creep over. And just as you think that it's going to take hold, you're able to shake it off. And maybe your difficult memory helps not to be taken over. Or maybe it's your...
into my mind because I can't even...
yeah, or maybe it's because you are seemingly quite a powerful sorcerer.
When I can get my act together.
But you are unable to read the spells in the book, but you are able to see the spells as written look like gibberish.
Is it in the same language as...
Mm-hmm. I mean, you would know that you would probably get the impression there is some kind of enchantment on this.
Oh, okay.
You can see the pictures, but you are unable to read the writing.
Can I discern anything from the imagery that's in this book?
Yes, it's all of it is necromantic in nature and likely much higher level of magic than any of the sorcerers here have witnessed before.
Is there any imagery of a certain thing that I might have forgotten about at all in the book?
That's a good question. No.
Ah.
No.
Okay.
There is not. So...
Well, there's bloody nothing useful in here. There's some kind of enchantment on it that makes it all bloody gibberish. And it nearly took over my brain.
Oh, what?
I wouldn't recommend reading it, Froggy. It's...
Oh, no. Nope, don't read books for magic.
There's a dark power on this book. It's best we keep it safe from those that would hurt themselves.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Is there, should we look at these tunnels or head back to Uno and see what he wants us to do?
Head back to who?
Uno.
Who's Uno?
Onkus.
I always recommend...
Uncle Jack.
Yeah, no, I'm very much in the opinion that we, let's go in the tunnels. I mean, we still haven't found out what's happening with the farms, so we've not been down here yet.
Last night.
Well, there's not the giant spooky castle, or, there's no humanoids, so if there's anything down here, they shouldn't be too bad. And if it is, then we can run away.
Fine. I mean, I'm a wolf. I don't going underground. And I'll lead the way into the caves.
Okay, no, okay.
I've already gone.
There is sort of dirt and debris that will need to be moved.
I use moldstone. 5-foot cube. Fucking shift loose earth.
So you're able to move a lot of this rubble and debris that's sort of obscuring the main passages to these underground corridors and caverns. And you start walking down. You travel for probably a good 10 minutes. Just a twisting and winding ramp of a corridor that goes all the way down. And when you get to the bottom, you see a huge metal door.
Oh. Do we want to use the heat metal whack it with a stick technique again, boys?
Oh, yeah, it worked last time.
How huge? Like, two
This
times
is-
the size of us? 3 times the size of us?
It is roughly 15 feet tall and 10 feet wide. It's huge. Think, in Star Wars,
Yeah.
Jabba the Hutt's door, that's one big solid thing that moves
Yeah.
upwards. Think that.
So we look for the little eye stalk that comes out of it.
So it's this huge metal portcullis that is by far bigger than anything that you've seen so far in this keep.
Are there any discernible like doorknobs or anything?
No. Everything seems to be hidden, or the mechanisms seem to be hidden. Or not present.
Gonna try and push on it.
Mm-hmm. You can push on it.
Does it budge at all?
It doesn't budge.
Well, seems like it's time to be defeated by a door again. Beaky, you have tools. Yes?
I do have tools.
Would you like to use those tools?
I mean, I might use those tools.
There's no discernible mechanism, I'd say.
So, Beaky, make a perception check. I would say with your background, it is not with disadvantage. You may have come across mechanisms that are hidden like this.
Okay.
Oh,
9.
fucking Christ.
Man, I'm so sad for you. I'm so sad for you. This looks like a very well made, solid portcullis.
Okay.
As a dwarf
Mm-hmm.
who like builds stuff underground, would I perhaps have seen a door that might be similar in mechanism to this in like Car or something?
You would have seen doors similar to this in mechanism, but or you can infer the mechanism used, but this is built by a human, not a dwarf. Or you assume it's built by a human and not a dwarf.
While this is not of dwarven design, we do have similarly large doors in the grand city of Car. The mechanism is as proceeds. I explained to Beaky how the mechanism might work in one of the dwarven doors and see if that will help him bust it.
Yeah, so these dwarven doors rely on, it's a one-sided opening mechanism, and that is on the other side of this door. In
So
dwarven,
the key to opening this one is to be on the other side.
and dwarven, often dwarven doors of this sort of design will have a magical key or stonework that will fit into a recess, a hidden recess that will allow you to pass through. But the mechanisms on the other side.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if there's any kind of aura of magic around this door?
I would say no. That's more like detect magic.
Okay.
An Arcana check is more about ascertaining maybe some history about magic, a magic artifact, or a use of a magic artifact without having
Okay, no worries.
the specifics. Tia,
Yeah.
are you going to try and heat metal, or are you not? I know that was put out before, but I didn't hear your response.
Sorry. Just checking if it's only second level. I mean, I have. Yeah, it's a second level spell, but if you think there's no other way, I will do it. Guys, if you want me to do it, I'll do it.
I don't know any other way we can get past it, really, if the mechanism.
No, I don't really know either.
Burn it. Burn it.
Okay, I'll cast heat metal then.
Alright, let me just read heat metal.
It's just 2d8. And I can cast it on anything, a manufactured metal object. Cause it to glow red hot.
So, just roll 2d8 damage for me, please. Not bad. Are you putting this at a certain point, or just in the center?
I guess I would have tried to put it on the weakest looking point.
All right. You'd probably just see lots of rivets and things, and you'd put heat metal on there. As you do so, the rivets expand, and bits of metal start to pop off as it just. Yeah, as the heat just starts to make the entire thing, that localized area, should I say, expand. But the door doesn't seem to move. Grungrout, I will say you just used mold earth.
Yes, is there loose earth around here?
You're surrounded
or is it stone? It's all loose earth. Okay, I'd like to dig out some spaces around the door. I assumed it'd be stone.
No, it's all the actual like wall. There's like, you know, the door, the metal portcullis.
Yeah.
But all around it that you can see in this corridor, this cavern, is just earth.
Okay. Well, I'll dig around this door then.
Okay. So I'd say it takes you quite a while to move all this, but you do find around the sides as you dig, you find that the sort of portcullis or the wall that holds the mechanism and the portcullis does not continue forever, and you are able to find, it's just 5 foot by 5 foot, so you would fit in there, Beaky would fit in there, Froggy would fit in there, but Tia would have to hunch, correct? You're like 5'3"?
You're going to bang your head on the speed.
But you do find your way over to the other side.
I forgot we're all that small.
You would find an opening to the other side of this door. Would you like to step out, or do you go back and tell them?
I would like to go back and tell them, but Grungrout's going to walk through.
Okay, you're going to walk through. It is pitch black, so that means you can see, is it 15 feet in front of you?
Let me just check. You can see a dim light, 6 as bright light, in darkness as if it was dim light. So 60 feet?
60 feet in front of you?
I think so.
Yeah, okay, so...
Hang on, let me just read it. You can see in dim light within 60 feet as you, as if it was bright light, and in darkness as if it was dim light.
Yeah, so 60 feet.
Yeah, so 60 feet of dim light, yeah.
You can see that this is it's a grim picture that's being painted in black and white. This quite obviously was a room in which the townspeople were taken, and they were used for necromantic purposes.
Grungrout feels a little bit unwell and steps back into the tunnel to just take a moment to process. Oh! Frog. Bird.
Yeah.
Egg.
Mm.
The epicenter. It's here.
What? No.
There is dark events occurred here.
Oh no.
Necromancy.
Do you know what? I'm not too bothered by it. I mean, it's spooky, but you know.
It's so many bodies.
Bodies?
Where? What?
The townsfolk. This is where they were taken.
Ooh.
Ah.
So he would describe to you, Grungrout would describe to you, probably 20, 25 stone tables or iron tables that have people on them in various states of autopsy. And there is a pile in the over on the far side of the room, the opposite end to where the entrance is, of people that numbers hundreds.
Whoa. Whoa, guys, we ought to go and tell uncles about this.
Ooh, okay.
It's very unfortunate for whoever was hiding these down here that what it was hidden under has gone.
I think I kind of think the people in the thing that's gone was probably responsible for this.
Are you saying that the Citadel was some kind of transportation?
No, but maybe. No.
It's Grungrout may or may not have said this actually, but if anybody else goes in the room to look, it will be evident that these people are untouched by time. So this citadel, as I described before, has been abandoned for hundreds of years. But these people that are in various states of autopsy and the bodies in the far end of the room, they are not decayed at all.
They were not wearing clothes of the current fashion.
Also that, yes.
Can I see if they're alive?
You see nothing because you do not have dark vision.
They're not alive, Rocky. So much death. So little time.
It's really creepy, guys. I don't like it.
I would assume that if the ones responsible for this have left, then they've probably reached their dark goal here.
Did we get rid of the body of the necromancer guy?
No, you left him. You looted him and left him.
Oh, no.
Death magic to do with resurrection. Just leave the body.
Okay.
It's fine.
He's gonna get resurrected by whatever did this weird magic.
Were there any other doors? Or was it just this room?
It was just this room. Quite a ways down. You really don't have any sense of depth because it just went. You're walking down this spiraling ramp cavern for 10 minutes odd. It's deep.
Can I go back into the room and do a quick investigation to see if there's any kind of books or notes or,
Yeah,
any
sure.
kind of information that I could glean from?
Is anybody else going in there? And if you are you making light and do you have dark vision? So number one, anybody else going in?
I want to go in.
I will go in.
You will go in. Do you
I'm gonna
have dark
stand
vision?
outside.
I have a torch.
Okay. Do you light the torch?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Froggy, do you go in as well?
So where we get swarmed.
I
Zombies.
so who's lit the torch?
Beaky's lit the torch, but I'm going to say that hasn't happened yet.
I would go in cautiously, but be requesting a torch be lit so I can actually see what's in there.
Okay. So Beaky, Froggy, and Grungrout are all in
I'll
this room.
snoop away from the torch because I don't really need it to see. Just
Okay.
to cover more ground.
So the torch, I'll just check my DM screen here. We'll give you I actually have this somewhere. Oh man, where is it? How much light does a torch give? Do you know, Andy?
Not off the top of my head.
Oh my goodness, I actually thought I wrote this
So
down.
Google.
Oh, here, right here. It gives 20 feet of bright light and 20 feet of dim light. So, what everybody who doesn't have dark vision what they see in the immediate vicinity, so Beaky and Froggy, because Tia decided not to come, is metal and stone tables with people on it in various states of autopsy, and there are notes scribbled next to them on paper. Grungrout, because you have dark vision, you see far greater than they can, and you see that this cavern goes on for even further than you first thought without the light.
Can I walk further into the cavern?
You can. How far do you want to go? So it's basically like, I would describe it as a cave. It's the floor is dirt, the walls are dirt and various just random
I
rock
can
formations.
see 60 feet, so I'll go to the edge of my current vision.
You go forward, and it's huge. It keeps going on and on.
And is it all tables and bodies?
Yes.
I'll keep going on and on and on, and
you reach eventually about 150, 200 feet roughly. You reach the end of the cavern, and there are various posters and notes on the wall that show the anatomy of a dragon, that show the anatomy of humans. There are some arcane scribblings, and there are bits of humans pinned to the wall.
okay. I'm gonna pull down all the posters and stuff, and all the notes, and kind of gather them into a pile.
Yep, you can add that to your inventory as Necromancer basement notes and posters. Unless you're gonna read them right now.
No, I'll read them later.
Okay.
From Necromancer. Fucking hell, I can't spell. Base.
For Froggy and Beaky, you see Grungrout just sort of creep outwards into the darkness that you're unable to see him, though you can hear every now and again a splash as his foot hits a liquid as he moves forward.
Can I poke one of the bodies with a stick?
Yes, you can.
I poke one
Roll
with my
initiative.
ring.
No, I'm joking. You poke the body with a stick, and it feels, especially to your very curious and more natural attuned. I was going to
Poked a
say,
few decaying corpses in my time.
it doesn't feel like it decays. In fact, it feels like it could be alive, but it is not breathing, and it.
Can I do a medicine check?
Yeah, sure. Roll a medicine check.
Once Grungrout's pulled all these things down, by the way, he's gonna make his way back to the. He's done his job, and he wants to get back as quickly as possible.
Yeah, sure. You're not back yet. We'll say that took you a few minutes.
Yeah.
Froggy's a
23.
genius.
Wow, 23.
Dr. Froggy.
I understand a lot about humanoids.
You see that these people are what would be considered to be dead by most people, but there's something strange about the fact that they are not decaying, and when you touch them and poke them, the muscle it's not soft, it has that tenseness to it, as if the central nervous system is still working. But the one that you poked has their chest open and various pieces of their insides out on the table. They can't be alive as we know it.
Well, that's unsettling. Because it's not like we can wake them up, because then if we woke them up, they'll just instantly go, ha, hole in the chest and just die again. So,
By basically every single measurement, other than the fact that they are not decaying and they still feel quote unquote firm, they seem dead.
Would Froggy understand things like souls or like spirits? I mean, he's seen ghosts, but
let's think. How much did you say you were like? Your backstory revolves around the Mother Toad.
The Mother Toad was found by Froggy found the temple like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. So
I would say probably you have what would be equated to religion or myth or cultural representations of souls.
Yeah,
but nothing that would be considered evidence or, religious academia like a cleric might have.
Because my tribe worshipped, but they sort of just worshipped nature, and then it was like, oh, this is what nature comes from, and then just slightly tweaked their already worshipping to actually something that actually has some sort of form to it.
So I would say you don't know anything that is relevant.
Academic.
Yes.
It would just be like, oh yeah, no.
You assume they have souls. Everybody has souls, but there's nothing that is useful because it's not academic. It's just culture. If Tia, you're not there.
I think by now she would probably plucked up the courage to kind of very sheepishly walk in, but would be very reluctant about what she was going to find in there from the smells and things that.
It strangely doesn't really smell of anything other than a very faint metallic smell in the air.
Blood.
Very faint. And the general sort of earthiness of, slightly damp soil that's all around you.
Would I walk in and just see loads and loads of bodies scattered around everywhere?
Yeah, you in front of you, you wouldn't be able to see the pile of bodies towards the further down because the torch doesn't go that far, but you would see stone and metal tables with bodies on them in various states of opened and dissected and autopsied.
Is it like human women and children
as
well as
everybody?
Wow.
The entire town.
They would probably break down and get real sad if there were some kids there.
It's only children.
That is dark. No, it is not only children, but it is.
Children.
It
the flesh of children is more adaptable for our needs.
Women, and child. Yes.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know how they would cry.
I really believe that you were upset there.
So.
I'm so sad.
I would say.
So sad.
I would say, Tia, you would have, based on your parents' study and your probably passive knowledge that you gained from them, just by being their child, as they were experts in this field, in a field, should I say? It's not really this field, but a field. You would have an idea about souls. And as Froggy is poking this body and sort of speaking to himself about, are they dead and can't really wake them up, you do get you do kind of feel like maybe physically they're there and they're drained of life force, maybe totally, and their soul is not present.
Oh, so sad. I think I'll explain to everybody what you've just said for brevity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so the physical form is Froggy is still fairly mindlessly poking the stick. Well, not poking the stick, poking the body with the stick.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do that.
No, I'm just.
Is Grunger out back with the group yet?
I'm working out.
You'd be back about now.
It's. Do you want to poke him with the stick? It's really. It's.
Froggy, if I ever die, please don't poke me with a stick.
But how else am I going to check if you're alive or not?
Normally you do this, and then I kind of like put my finger on my throat, like showing him how to find a pulse.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think I need to do that with the big hole in the chest.
Then you probably know it's dead, okay?
Well, no, that's the thing. I think the body is. But then the juice that makes it live is.
The man juice.
On inspection, you see next to some of the tables, mainly the ones a little bit further back, there are gems next to the tables.
Do I recognize them as anything, Joe?
You roll a history check.
Here's the thing.
Roll a
Histoire.
history check. With disadvantage because memory.
Yup. D20 plus 4. Place this. 8.
Well, it wasn't even good on the standard roll either.
Nope.
No, you can't. You can't seem to grasp the knowledge that you're looking for about necromancy and about how this kind of magic works.
Beats me. I've got some notes from the back. I've not read them yet because this place is not very amicable towards a
Tia,
research mood.
could you just roll into whisper 1 second, very quickly?
Just 2 seconds. I'm just asking.
Somebody's a favorite.
How's it feel, everybody?
You got a
The
whisper
one who
going
never
around,
gets a
okay?
whisper.
I just pulled you here. So.
Okay.
So these crystals that you're seeing as you move around and just sort of take a more broader look of the carnage around you, you think back to the event at the Citadel, and you realize that on the dragon that you saw in this different realm, there were gems just like that. All over its body.
I'm writing this down. This is incredible storytelling, Joe. So there are crystals just like this one. Oh. Are they building a body part dragon in another realm?
Who knows?
Are the souls of the people in these crystals? Oh.
Who knows?
Okay.
All right, and we're back. Sorry about that. Just had to fill in a few
Yeah.
gaps there. So, yes. So, is there anything you would like to do in this room while we're here?
I'd like to get the stream active again.
Oh, sorry. Did I? Oh, when I go into the other thing. Sorry.
Yeah. It's all
Sorry.
good.
Maybe we should.
Scam.
I think
I'm
Tim
gonna.
will like stop picking up the crystals and kind of putting them in a backpack.
What?
Oh, is that not working? One second.
It was working, and then you
Oh.
left.
Oh, was it? Oh, sorry. Sorry. Y'all can see that, right?
No. It's just a black screen.
Yeah, I thought so.
I can see black.
Yeah. Just one sec.
High production quality.
Big production quality.
Tira is currently picking the little crystals, big crystals, putting them in a bag.
I can't. It doesn't want to work for some reason. One sec. Let me readjust.
Oh, we just pause in.
Yeah, just. Well, you can describe what you're gonna do.
So, to all those viewers on the YouTube channel, what do you think of our high production quality?
It's pretty good, to be honest. Swap to my.
Oh, there we go. It's working.
Oh, stream
Yeah.
paused. Huh.
To get Ben to do a rendition of Lego City. It
A
worked.
rendition of what?
Lego City.
One moment.
City.
Can you guys still see that, or is it paused?
It's
It says
paused right
pause,
now.
I don't know why it's decided.
It
to
was
do
working
that.
initially, like when you first had it up.
Yeah, I know.
What stream?
Loading.
Loading.
I'll just have to keep it.
No, it's fine. It's working.
Yeah, but when I go off it for some reason, it's being a poo poo.
Just stay
So-
there.
Yeah, it's just paused again.
Okay, so
But that's working again.
yeah, I'll keep that on my screen as much as possible. Don't know why that happened.
It's all good.
Right. Is there anything you guys would like to complete, finish, do while you're in this?
Is there
cabin.
some significance to these crystals?
Maybe. I'm not really sure. I think we should definitely get someone to look at them and tell us what they are.
Should we gather them all up, or do we just need one?
It might be, if anything valuable, I should probably gather them all up.
And I'll kind of waddle off and find some more.
Mm-hmm. They're
Well,
mainly,
I don't remember seeing any at the back.
yeah, they're mainly at the back of the chamber with
Just
the
imagining.
bodies that are less or not dissected or autopsied.
Here at the back, there's more bodies that are like more intact, and they seem to have the crystals on more.
I'd say you'd find 25 crystals.
Are you keeping them on you?
Let's put them, just for easiness, all in my backpack.
Mhm.
So 25. 25. Black
What do you
crystals.
think they might be?
The only thing I can guess is some kind of like powerful magic from like souls or something. I don't know. These guys' souls have all been taken. I'm just kind of guessing.
Interesting.
Should we?
Don't even know what any of that means. Nope. I think we should go.
Well, with this writing that I've uncovered, and with these crystals, we probably have something to take to Gus.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So you gather the crystals. Grungrout has gathered some information and paraphernalia at the back of the cavern, and you move back up the ramp and out to the citadel.
Yep.
Nothing has changed. It's still raining. It's still very cloudy, low cloud. Are you gonna make your way back to Greymouth?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
All
think we
right.
should.
All right. So you make your way back to Greymouth. One moment.
Oh no, the stream has paused.
I know. I don't know why it's doing that. It's making me real sad. Where are we?
Whew.
You know, when you share your screen, do you get the option to do a specific, like, app or?
Yeah.
That's probably why then.
Yeah, it just wasn't doing it before, so don't really know exactly why. Oh, I bet I know why. Maybe that works. I don't know if that worked, but
It's still paused right now.
okay. Well, thank God for knowledge. Okay, so you guys move through the plains. You pass the farmhouse that you use as a refuge. You travel for probably a little bit more slowly as you consider what you've seen, the true horror and gruesomeness of it, and the complete lack of humanity. And you travel for a few days, and you reach Greymouth from the northeast road. You pass the barracks, and are you going directly to Onkus's manor house?
Yeah.
Probably for the best, isn't it?
Probably. Oh, is that farm on the way back?
Yeah, you've
Let
passed it.
Lani's farm.
Let's go see that farm. Just double check, see if anything's happened at all.
Oh, to her crops.
To Lani.
Veclani's crops, yeah.
I mean, it's only been like, what's it, 3 days, if that?
Yeah. Well, it's been 4 days now.
Well, we might as well go to see how everything's going.
Yeah, but you knew that there was this the soil beneath the surface was basically
Clean.
no, it wasn't. It was blood, soaked in blood.
Yeah, but then under that,
Saturated.
there was
Yes.
like a clean level.
And
wasn't there?
you moved all of that earth. So you go by Veclani's farm and you see Veclani actually tending a farm. She is working very hard in the sort of rectangle pit that you carved, and it seems even in those few days there are a few little sprouts in that pit as she's tilling the earth somewhere else in the pit. To one end you can see little sprouts. What would you like to do as you walk up to her?
I'm gonna run and give her a hug.
Gonna enthusiastically hop up. Hello!
Oh,
Lani.
you came back. I didn't think I'd see you again. You.
I did nearly die, so...
Who is this woman?
Is he all right?
Who are you?
He's just old. Are you okay?
Oh, you're the awful woman that shouted at me for trying to help her.
She was upset. Grungrout.
I am so very sorry. I was just distraught and overwhelmed with everything that had happened. It's all going what?
It's all going what?
So Slurpy Bones just stopped playing Apex Legends.
I had it open the whole time, but I wasn't playing. I swear to God, I wasn't playing. I swear.
No, it's fine.
I just realised it was. I saw it and I was like, "Hold on, it's still open." It was still open.
God, Sophie, you're trash.
Since you came and and helped. And I am sorry for acting the way that I did. Things grow. You just look, there's sprouts there. There's little sprouts that never would have happened. The earth around this section is still tainted, but I don't know if
I am known for my command of the earth.
I don't know if it's just me being hopeful, but it feels like the taint doesn't go so deep anymore. Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. I paused to try and find a better word for that, but I couldn't, so I just went. I just went with it. Okay, back in the room.
The taint so deep.
The rot doesn't go so deep, and maybe that's just me overthinking it. I don't know, but I have hope for the first time in so long, and I really can't thank you enough. You've done so much.
Nice. Well, Gunground, if you want, you could spend like the next week just clearing the entire area.
Yeah, but Veglan, you know.
Then we can go.
He was willing to do it for free.
We can make the entire landscape 5 feet lower and solve everything.
Yeah, but where are we going to put the blood soil?
I could only move that 5 feet away.
Well, that's a big
Like a
crater
blood
now,
soil.
isn't there?
Man, that's true. We could put it all where the citadel was.
I could only move it 5 feet.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
I
could
don't-
move it by conventional means, you know. It's
5 feet every 6 seconds.
Veglan, did anybody live here on the farm with you, or are you always on your own?
it was my my husband lived here before he went away, and
his taint went too deep.
his taint went too deep, and he never came back. I think the farm not doing well, and there being
you mean
no
he went
explanation.
away, he just disappeared, or he told you he was
left.
leaving?
He just left. We had been fighting and arguing about the farm and why things
But did
weren't
he just
working.
disappear? Actually, would you be able to get in touch with him now?
No, I don't know. I don't know where he's gone. I have no reason to believe that he's missing, but I woke up one morning after a big argument, and he was gone. He thought we were cursed, and I said,
I can't dig 5 feet and find him.
Froggy is instantly
Do
feeling
you
very
wanna
awkward,
come
like,
with us?
yikes, and will just sort of stand with Beaky and be like,
Oh, why'd you, out of all questions, you don't sort of ask these things of people, like, whew.
Well, do you
this
want
is
to come
Froggy
with us?
speaking to Beaky.
Listen,
He's sort of gone, "Whew."
we're gonna go talk to Uncas now, and I remember you saying that you never see him and that you think he doesn't care. So, and we're gonna go talk to him about what we found at Wolf Glade Keep, and I think you should come with us.
You should see the riches in his house.
Uncus?
Yeah.
We could start a revolution.
I don't know what I would even say. I'm just a poor
You
farmer.
need to tell him the truth.
I'm not worth his time. I'm not even worth my
Yes, you
husband's
are.
time.
Yes, you are. You're a very important lady. And
Beaky's
we're gonna
lean
tell
over
him
to
that.
Frog and be like, no, she's not.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, come on now. Don't fill the poor woman's head with delusions of grandeur.
No, we're gonna go talk to Uncas. and
Her
I think-
eyes just
I
start
think she should come with
tearing
us.
up a little bit as you say that. She's very overwhelmed, and okay, I'll come with you, But I
Good.
don't know what I can say.
Well, if anything,
Just talk
he'll
about what's at the
he'll
farm.
be happy with what we've done, and he's gonna get people to go and help you with your farm. Okay?
All right,
You
I
deserve
trust
that,
you.
Veclani,
Oh,
because
God.
you make really nice tea. So let's go.
She's gonna die because of us, isn't she?
I do-
I trust you.
I trust you. Okay, I'll do it. And with a wipe of the eyes, and she just says, oh, "What? One moment. I'm going to get some things together, and I'll be one moment." And she rushes inside the house, and you hear like sort of pots clanging, and things being shoved into a bag. And she comes out looking a little frazzled. And she
Let's
goes,
go.
"All right,
Frazzle, you say?
I'm ready." All right, so you take off towards Greymouth. If you went to see Veclani, I think you will come from the north. I think.
I think so.
She was
Yeah.
one of the eastern farms.
Oh, was she? Sorry, it was the other one. So yeah, you'd come through the Six Woods again. Still.
Joey, the stream's not on, by the way, right now.
What?
It
The
says
stream
stream
has-
has ended.
oh.
Cricket noise.
The stream has ended. Suck my nards.
Oh. Pretty offensive, Joe.
Wang bang.
That's back.
Yeah, okay. So you'll move in through Six Woods on that road still. And are you going to go straight up to the manor house? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go straight up to the manor house and you knock on the opulent looking doors. And one of the strange servants comes up. Again, one that you haven't seen before in your couple of days staying with Onkus. And the door opens and it's a male.
Hello.
Again with that dark skin and
You're
those
new.
piercing eyes. Well, yes, I am one of the many manservants of Onkus.
When did you start working here?
Employment.
You don't have to answer that. I don't really care, and I'll walk past them.
Okay, well, just one
Let's go.
moment. What is your business here?
We all barge past him.
I've been
no,
hired
no.
by this man.
We're working for him.
I nearly died.
Carefully.
I must say, Onkus is not here at the moment.
Where is he?
He's
You
up
could
in
have
his
said that
flying
before
magical
we tried
castle.
to go in.
I am led to believe he said that he had business with the Holy Council of God's Home.
Ah,
Well, where are they?
In God's Home.
Where are we?
In Greymouth.
Well, who's the next in command?
Who are you?
There is no next in
Can you
command.
pay us?
He leaves command of the town and the protection to the Captain's Guard.
Captain's Guard, let's go.
Well, when's he gonna be back?
I imagine he should be back any day now.
Any day. Well, he said we could stay here, so all 6 of us need a bed until he gets back. 4 of us. 5 of
Six
us.
of us.
5.
Absolutely.
5 of us.
I would be grateful to help you. And if you just wait here one moment, I will make sure some chambers are made up for you.
And Veclani too.
Yes, who is this
She's here to
vagabond?
She's with us. She helped us. Yep.
I'm
She's very
what?
shy. She's with us. Don't worry about it.
I am not authorized to provide.
Well, she can stay with me then.
You didn't even know who we were.
I
So
know.
how do you know
Well,
anything?
I
this is gonna be
know.
really unhappy if you don't do what we say. I promise.
Roll a persuasion check. No, make it an intimidation check.
Can I help? Being a weird frogman.
No,
Look
I
at
would
us
say
grumpy
I would
little
say he
dwarf.
is not scared of you at all.
I can. I will go ancient mode.
Ancient mode.
Can I help being a crotchety old
That's
man?
some studio
I
music
would
right
not.
there.
I would not say
I
that.
go
helps.
frog mode.
Intimidation.
You're already a
sorry.
frog.
Intimidation, yeah.
It's like the fact. It's like
19.
Furious
No,
looking
you're
5-year-old.
you are right. You are welcome to stay with them, but I cannot provide you with a room.
She can stay with me, that's fine.
She sort of looks at you, Tyr, and she just kind of smiles meekly and sort of like shrugs, like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
You're here for a good reason. You're gonna stay with me, and we're gonna go and have a nice bath and wait for him to arrive, okay?
No, you don't want a bath. It's got this weird stuff in it that hurts your eyes.
Okay, that sounds... I haven't
like
had a bath in...
Tainted
You
water.
hear your story, okay?
All right. And so the manservant goes and shows you to the room, the same rooms that you were put in before, actually.
Do I see any more? You know, the tapestries of the.
You don't see any that you hadn't seen before.
They jog my memory at all again. See them again.
I would
About
say
why I might know this village. Beyond it being
I would say no.
okay.
I would say no, only because you've seen them before, and your mind's probably on the truly the horror. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
so,
yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
So yeah, you go to your rooms, and are you gonna show Veclani the baths?
And the bath. Yeah.
I'm gonna
have
spend
a nice
some time reading through the notes from the basement.
Okay. Anybody want to do something in this little bit of downtime that we have else?
I'm gonna fix this damn gun.
Okay. I'll say you can go to the armory and you'll be
I'm
able
going to watch him fix the gun because the
Oh.
water's tainted.
Okay. Okay.
The taint runs deep.
The tape runs deep into the water. Oh, that's good. That's it. That's the catchphrase of this campaign now. Okay. So I'd say with the armory, Ben, you're able to find some tools and some extra tinkering utensils that will help you, and it will take you the rest of the day, I would say, to fix this, but you do in fact fix the gun
Huzzah!
by the end of the day, so you won't be able to go and do the bath stuff or anything, but you have a fully working gun. It's considered a standard pistol other than what I have given you in the item description. I'll do Grungrout next. Grungrout, you're last, Sophie, because you're a woman. So
Two women, actually.
yeah, it's true. Yeah,
So you go double last.
yeah, double last. Goddamn. So Grungrout, you take a look at some of these notes and posters that you tore down of the cavern. What you see is largely, again, images of dragons, but this is based on the scale of this picture and the way that it's drawn. This is a truly enormous dragon, something that your brain's kind of struggling to like really comprehend the scale of it. So I'm just gonna actually to get my notes up about this. I'm gonna do
Prepare for this.
If only I was prepared, right?
If only you were a better DM.
I know. God damn. Oh wait. Here we are. No, not that one. So you with your, oh sorry, the stream has paused again because there we are. You would know kind of what a dragon size is, like even if you can't remember exactly what it looks like, just dragons were a huge part of your study, and you would know what they are. This is 10, 15, 20 times larger than a dragon that you would know. Yeah, so that's one of the posters.
Yeah.
Another one of the posters is sort of the anatomy, the magical, divine, spiritual anatomy of a human.
Okay.
So we're, like the chakras and how, ley lines in the body and things like that. All these things that clerics and, clerics and some magicians will study.
Yeah.
Because that's how magic works, both divine and normal magic. So, and then the just general notes that you find around are how to extract life force without killing the person that you're extracting it from.
Okay.
And you get the impression as you're reading this that he or she, may not have been successful.
May not have been successful.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
And that's about it. There are some other sort of scribblings and, notes of, just things that you write when you're, making notes and you have a stray thought and you're thinking, oh, I need to, go pick up X from Tesco's, all that kind of stuff, There are other things.
Go and pick up 6 soul flayers from the local co-op.
Tia, you and Veclani have a truly amazing spa evening. 1 minute, this is too ominous
For a spa
for that. You have a truly wonderful spa evening. Would you like to ask her any questions? She has never ever been in a place like this. She is at first a little unsure. The buffet, that glass screen with the doors, with that buffet behind it, and the baths in the middle with all the separate. She has no idea what to do. She's very shy, but as time goes on, she really kind of leans into it and sort of gets a bit more comfortable with your presence and all of this opulence that's going on around her.
That's really nice.
Would you like to ask her anything or do anything?
Probably. So there's probably 2 things I would bring up. I'd ask again. I know we already asked. Probably ask more information about what happened with the farm and what she saw and her husband and things. And then maybe I'd kind of very, very, very gently kind of try and tell her what we were going to talk to Uncas about when he comes back.
Okay, so the first bit...
the necromancy stuff.
Okay, so the first bit I'll do just for brevity, and then the second bit we'll roleplay, because that seems a bit more detailed. But the first bit, she tells you that her husband was a good man, and that they loved each other very, very much, and everything was going great for many years. This is a farm that she grew up on with her parents. When their parents became too old and passed away, it was left to her, and the husband as well. They got married there. Lots of really fond memories. They never had any children, which is quite odd. But when these strange things started happening, not too long ago, few years, there was, a marked change in how, the husband reacted, and he blamed Veclani and was very bitter, and they argued all the time about why the crops weren't growing, and he was convinced that they were cursed because so many different reasons. He seemed to become more unhinged, and towards the end, like she said, he left. She's not exactly sure where he went. She assumes that he went to somewhere where he could be a laborer or the military or something, but he left without saying goodbye and in the middle of the night.
Okay. What was his name?
That's a good fucking question.
You could just make one up.
Yeah, no, I do actually have this on record here. His name was Uther. Uther and Veclani.
Uther Arca.
Yeah. So, and the second bit, you said you wanted to just talk about why you were here and gently nudge that they were trying to help Uncas, and maybe very gently introduce the idea that, it's not her fault, and this necromancy has been at play here. Is that what you wanted to get at? Okay, so she is just completely taken aback. This is something that she thinks is children's tales.
No.
Necromancy, that's not real. That's not. You're joking. That's not happening, right?
Well, all I know is that we found lots of people in Wolf Glade Keep, and they weren't alive anymore.
You went to Wolf Glade's Keep?
Can I take this point to come in and look for everyone and exclaim what I found?
If you're looking for them, I didn't know you were.
Yeah, I would have gotten to find them after I'd read the book to divulge the knowledge.
So they're all in different places. So Beaky is in his room fixing the items, and Tyr and Veclani are in the baths. So you can go.
I'll probably head to the baths.
Okay.
Because that's where we met last time.
Okay, so so I would say, yeah, you'd come in not too long after they were having this conversation. For the sake of brevity, Sophie,
yeah, I'll
Tia,
just
basically, she just doesn't believe you. She is just convinced that you would never go to Wolf Glade Keep, and that necromancy is what they talk about when they make up stories around the fire, on holidays. And she knows that you obviously have some power, but this is just so outside of the realms of possibility for her.
But really, that's not why I want you to be here. I want you to be here so that Uncas can hear exactly what's going on, because I think it's horrible that he hasn't been to see you yet. And I think you being here with us is the best way to get that to happen.
Yeah, I mean, he's a governor, and I don't expect him... Well, I do expect him to govern, but he could be busy, and you get the impression that while she was very, very harsh at the farm. She's now in this place of opulence and very overwhelmed. He might be, so busy, and I don't know. I don't know what I could say to convince him.
Oh, we'll convince him.
And I guess I'll cry. I don't know what else I can do.
Look, we
No,
just
that's
need
fine.
you to tell him about the situation on your farm.
Oh, and she just sort of like looks at you and covers like her bodice, not realizing that there was another person in the room. Thinking this was just you and Tyr. I didn't
get in the
know
bath
this
fully
was.
clothed with them.
Oh,
Again.
I do like you. That is very disarming in a very oddly charming way.
Well, that's me.
She sort of lets down she sort of sinks a little bit lower beneath the bubbles and lets down her guard a bit, and
Dear, I've been reading those papers, and it's pretty bad. Your whole theory about the souls.
the mention of like souls, she just like looks at you with these wide, like scared anime eyes. And she's just
Nani?
yeah, she's just really struggling to comprehend, and you can see that there are little wells of tears at the bottom of her eyes, just like not really.
Oh,
Grungrout just like deadpan explains what's going on to her because he doesn't really care for emotion.
You weren't lying?
Well,
You weren't joking, Tia?
No. This is why I've been asking about your husband. I'm really worried that maybe he was taken.
Oh,
drop that bomb on her. Right.
she starts sobbing. She starts uncontrollable. Like, do you know when something really traumatic happens and you just cannot control, and that you have no control over your bodily functions? That's how she is sobbing right now.
I give her a very soppy hug in the bath.
She doesn't even like. She doesn't register you're there. You're just hugging her. She's not pushing away, but she's just not even. She's like dissociating right now. She's not there.
Giving this woman a mental breakdown.
But she's here and she's gonna tell the governor the truth, okay?
So, for the sake of brevity here, we'll say that eventually she calms down a little bit, and you take her back to the room, and she manages to fall asleep. Is there anything that you and Froggy and Grungrout and Beaky want to talk about?
Just quickly run through like what I found with everyone.
Anybody need a recap of that?
See if anyone has any ideas about.
Recap.
So the notes and pictures that Grungrout tore down at the far end of this sort of autopsy cavern showed various posters and illustrations of dragons, but this is not a normal sized dragon. The scale of these images are huge. The dragon is probably 10, 15, 20 times the size of a normal dragon. Not that you'll know what that is, but I imagine Grungrout will give you an idea, because this is part of his backstory. He wouldn't not remember this, what a dragon is. The other posters were the sort of spiritual or spiritual, like, what did I say? Like a spiritual guy, like
Yeah, like
map,
chakra.
yeah, of the body, chakras, ley lines, and all that kind of stuff, and various scrollings on how to put to extract someone's soul while and drain them of their life force, but also keeping them alive to some degree, and that this may have not been successful.
2 questions.
Yes.
How much does Froggy know about dragons? He knows about lizard folk, he knows about Dragonborn.
Yes, all that Froggy will know about dragons is there is a crystal clear frozen lake that is called which is very, very odd because it's very warm and humid where you come from, called the Dragon's Eye. And you will know that dragons exist, but only because of your lizard folk and dragonborn sort of
Patriots.
Yeah.
Well, even cute compatriots. My tribe has maybe glanced past them, maybe it's the odd talking, and then moved on.
Mm-hmm. So you'll know them as a kind of myth or boogeyman kind of thing. Again, you know that they're real, but they don't exist anymore to you.
Yeah.
They were real.
Okay. Second question. I think we're fairly established. I wouldn't understand any of the things like the chi or ley lines or anything. It'll just be like,
I actually would imagine that in terms of like that kind of stuff, you would probably have some kind of soothsayer or witch doctor in your tribe, or if not in your tribe, somewhere around you that you'd go if you were ill or were hurt in a battle.
Rain callers. All right.
Yeah.
Spiritual leaders.
Yeah, exactly. So you might know, like, a little bit like I might say I know a bit about medicine because I've been to a doctor and been treated.
Yeah.
You might know a little bit about this, a very little bit about this sort of stuff because you may have been exposed to it.
Yeah. Froggy's not going to question any of this information. But he's just going to be like, do I know anything of this or what? Cool.
Pico?
He
Any-
doesn't have a clue.
Any thoughts?
This is exactly, I imagine Beaky's thinking exactly like Han Solo did when Obi-Wan explained the Force.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hokey religions.
Yeah, hokey cokey shit. Okay. So if there's nothing else, would you guys like to discuss that or plans moving forward before you go to sleep for this day?
Okay. We're gonna get Uncas in a room. We're gonna tell him what we found. And then we're gonna talk about Veglani's farm, and we're gonna get him to promise to help her.
Yes.
And then
That
get
sounds like
our money.
that's a good idea to me.
Does anybody have any objections?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Think
Oh,
so we
no.
can do so.
Okay.
Mm.
Cool.
I'm going to
Me-
attune to my pistol before we get to bed as well.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, but you don't really want to hand in that thing you found for your gun, right?
Huh?
Well,
He said we don't have to hand in the loot, just
yeah, so I'm just kind of making sure that we know which parts we're going to keep and which parts we're going to hand over.
we'll hand over any
Oh,
information
I've
to
got
help
this
build the
tiger's eye
farm.
gem. I don't think we ever talked about that.
Yeah.
Tiger.
Well, he said we could keep valuables.
It looks valuable to me. It's
So
shiny.
these gem
And I got some
things-
bones.
Maybe we should
Yeah,
have a look
what about
through
the
our...
dragon bones we found? And the
I
the
want to keep those.
I
Well,
think we could give one over.
Oh yeah. Do I have to give over the other bones I've collected? Because I think
Perhaps
they're
we
quite
should
cool.
look through what we have acquired and
For sure.
decide
Right.
between us.
So
And I pull out the notes from the necromancer basement, the necromancer spellbook, 3 dragon bones, and a cloudy green gem.
I will pull out my collection of teeth and nearly destroyed bones.
I
Like
don't
dragon
remember
bones and
don't
the
remember.
tiger's eye gem.
picking up any gem.
Can I have a look to see if the gem
I
fits
picked
the
it.
pistol?
I got it from my tongue.
Not that gem. This gem, I say, holding the cloudy green gem
Oh.
in my hand. Does anyone remember me picking this up?
Nope.
No. I think you had that the whole time.
No, he didn't. He picked it off. He picked it up off of the
Joe?
necromancers. Oh wait, what? Oh, sorry.
It's the thing.
Oh, it's the thing.
It's the thing.
It's the thing. Okay, you know what? Roll an intelligence check for disadvantage.
10.
Nope, you still can't. You still can't.
Does anyone else know what this? No, I'll keep it for now. It's clearly not from the cave. Some other exploit that I've been on, maybe. So
Well,
I put that back in my bag.
Tiger's Eye. What does this do?
I'll have an inspect and can I see if it fits the pistol?
The tiger's eye doesn't, but you do. One of the gems that they have. I can't remember if you took it or not.
I think I have that one. The black dragon.
Yes, the dragon stone. That fits.
Froggy
Yeah.
will very eagerly take back his tiger eye.
Do
Hey,
you
Smokey, you
put
can keep
do
the
you put it
tiger
in
eye.
now?
No, it's
Yeah,
fine.
I'll slot it in.
You slot it in. Okay. Let's take a drink before we go through this.
Oh god. Explodes in
As
your hand.
as you put the gem in to the gun sort of has this shadowy, almost look like flame, but they're black around the entire gun, and the name, the Dragonstone pistol, is this flaming green. This, you know how like the Lord of the Rings scripture on the ring.
Yeah.
It's that, but green, bright like God rays through this.
Interesting.
And in your hand, it just the pure energy and vibration is you almost drop it. Make a charisma saving throw, Beaky.
You ready for me to drop it?
Drop it, it shatters. It breaks again.
Charisma.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's plus nothing. I got above 10.
Okay. So you
By
got an
one.
11. The vibration stops, and you look at the weapon, thinking, "What was all that about?" But a chill runs up your spine,
Oh.
and it grips the back of your head, and you hear in your mind,
Crikey.
finally,
Froggy, was that you?
somebody.
Oh.
I think I just popped a boner at that ASMR.
Somebody worth my time.
Oh my god, Beaky's got a talking gun.
I'm going to think the word hello,
Mm-hmm.
but like question mark. Hello?
Yeah, so we'll say for this that everything you're saying now is in your head.
Uh-huh.
What is your name, pray tell?
Because Beaky's internal monologue is all bird noises. No.
I'm R2D2.
Alright, you like our cock.
He's not Arab. He's a Kenku. Hello, my name's Beaky.
Beaky. Is that your true name?
I don't know my true name. That's what people call me.
Are you powerful?
Damn straight.
Oh, those fucking rolls.
Then I think we can do great things together.
You
It's
better
the
be accurate.
ring.
I look forward to playing with you.
Ooh.
Oh, the taint runs deep.
And the voice fades away, and that chill on your spine does subside a little bit.
Would any of us notice him suddenly like go,
Puff up a little bit.
I would say, you know, with being a Kenku, he has these kind of like moments where he like tilts his head and like blinks a few times and just like as he's thinking. And you probably wouldn't have realized he was having this internal monologue.
okay.
So I've got all these black crystal gems. I think we should give over 5 to Onkus and keep the other 20.
Yeah. Wait.
The gems, are you saying the gems that you found in the cavern?
Yeah, to show
Okay.
him.
Yep.
To show him what we found, and maybe that just say we left the rest there.
Well, it might be worth mentioning all the dead alive people. Not
Yeah, for
undead.
sure.
Are they?
Reading from these notes, seems that he's not been entirely successful in retaining the life.
Oh. Well,
I'd say
Yes.
they're fairly dead.
And I think we should hand over some of the dragon bones, but not all of them. I've got 3 on me.
then you can give them away.
Well, maybe I don't want to do that, Froggy. How about
No.
you?
No. I know. I want them.
Well, I got 3. Did you get 3?
I already got one.
You only got 1. You're a liar, Froggy.
I'm not lying.
He says, quickly picking up his 3 dragon bones and collection of teeth and putting them in his bag.
Why don't we all give 1 dragon bone, and then we'll all have 2 dragon bones, and that'll be fair.
We should dragon and bone me.
I
Guys,
don't have any dragon bones.
well, Vicky, you don't count.
I
Ground
I
Froggy,
pick up 2 of mine and leave 1 in the little
same.
pile of shit we're giving away.
Froggy.
Why does he have to give away a bone?
Because we're all giving 1 away.
No.
But why did we should just give 1 bone away?
Yeah.
We
He
should
didn't
give it.
ask for bones, did he?
Yes, but
I think we're just for their
yeah, we only need one
investigation.
for evidence.
I'm also going to put in 1 of my coins that has the different like stamp on it.
The minting, yep.
Look,
I'll
those guys
put
are
one
want
of
to give
the-
investigations, and I was trying to be generous to their investigations.
I
but
will pull out the handful of teeth and broken bones and put one of the fangs in the pile.
Tyr will
Oh,
give
that
away
you
one
found
dragon
from the pile of ash.
From like the various piles of ashes I had been rummaging.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'll put 1 of my dragon bones in, so I have 2 dragon bones.
Okay.
I guess I'll put the necromancy book and the notes in.
Okay, so let me.
But I make sure that I've told everyone about what was in it, haven't I? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I forget these, it's fine because you'll all remember.
So what is it? So you're giving away 1 strange minted coin.
All the necromancy information.
All the necromancy notes and paraphernalia.
Yeah, and the spell book.
Do you think we should copy some of the necromancy notes that seem worthy for us? Not like to recreate or anything, but
Some 3 dragon bones, did you say?
Yeah.
yeah.
5 gems, 5 crystals.
1 dragon bone maybe.
Oh,
Everyone else is keeping theirs.
I put 1 in.
Okay,
I'll
2
keep in
dragon
mind.
bones.
Okay, so 2 dragon bones and various fangs and body parts that you
1.
found. Oh,
1.
so 1 dragonborn fang.
1 dragon fang. Yeah. I will reduce my fangs to 1 now.
Okay.
Joe, I can't remember from a couple of sessions ago.
Mhm.
Was there any reason for Grungrout to be suspicious of Onkus other than like metagamey? Because I know I'm suspicious of him, but I can't remember if Grungrout would be or not.
None of you
Not
were
yet.
able to ascertain anything other than the fact that he is very foreign and exotic.
Okay.
Other than that,
Then, yeah.
other than that kind of strange.
Just like me.
Yeah, then I'll hand everything over without question then, yeah.
Okay,
So
so 1 strange minted coin, all of the necromancy notes, spellbooks, and paraphernalia, 2 dragon bones, 5 soul crystals, and 1 dragonborn fang. And would you like to supersize that?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, guys, I need to buy a kettle and some cups.
Alright, Andy.
So, do you guys go to bed and ready for the
The
next
weekend.
day
Yeah.
with Ankus? So, you go to bed, you'll go to your rooms, and you find all the beds have been made, and there's a little bit of a evening supper on the table in your rooms. Tyr, as you walk into your room, you can see Veclani sleeping very soundly.
Aww.
It seems like after all of the excitement and trauma that Grungrout unintentionally put Veclani through is at least not present in her dreams.
Good.
And you all get a good, I would say you all get a long but slightly restless night's sleep with everything you've seen and the entire uncertainty of Onkus, everything that's been going on, the horrors of that cavern, and you wake in the morning. And I will just
P. Diddy.
I will say it's 10 o'clock. So normally, you know, it's 7 till 10, but it was 7:30. I'm happy. I don't have anywhere to be. I'm back on bit shifts, so not very many shifts next week, but I'm happy to continue going for a little bit. But I understand all you guys have normal jobs in real life.
I don't.
I think our characters going to bed is a pretty natural point to end.
Yeah.
I'd say that's a good
Whatever.
place to.
I'll do whatever.
I don't mind carrying on, but if people want to
I think we'll end it there, just because I'm also quite tired. So
That's no problem.
Aw,
That's no problem. I like to say, normally it's 7 till 10. We started about half an hour late, so that's
Sorry
fine.
about that. Dinner was much later
No,
than it usually would
that's
be for
not-
me.
It ended up being perfect for me because I tried to cook dinner and my roommate Ryan and Emily were basically also cooking dinner and I couldn't cook dinner, so I haven't even eaten yet. So
Oh, Joe.
I know. Great guys, you sorry there wasn't any action, but you guys found a lot. You guys found
cool.
a lot of stuff.
Oh, I really enjoyed that sesh.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's a good little.
do you guys want to see?
Mod this gun out.
Yeet.
Do you guys want to see how Froggy was actually created and born? And got his powers.
Yeah.
God.
Hmm.
Oh god. Oh, great. Wow.
All right, guys. Thank you if you've tuned in, if you've been around. Thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate the time that you've given us. If you like what you're seeing, we also have a YouTube channel, Nat1 DnD, where we'll be uploading the episodes at full length. Until next time, we'll see you then.